It's Nuggets time.
I'm
Nuggets time, baby.
I'm awake.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show.
Let's go. Pregame.
What time is it, boys?
Milk time.
1 o'clock.
12:30.
12:30 o'clock.
That's right. Miller time.
And that's Miller time, baby. We're in the PM portion of the day. Crack open a Miller Lite. We're also in the Toyota Lounge, driven by our Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Nuggets in Minnesota, taking on the Timberwolves, their biggest test with Jokic healthy of the last 2-3 weeks. And boys, I am ready for it.
Whoa!
I woke up excited for this one, man. It's been a while since I've been this excited. I got Harrison Wind in the
I'm
building.
just in a mode right now where I can't wait for every Nuggets game, man. Because you just never know what's going to happen. You never know what Nikola Jokic is going to do.
I'm telling you, man, it's for real. Outside of the playoffs, I'm at a 10 in terms of excitement for the Nuggets.
Totally.
Every day, I'm like, okay.
For regular season,
Yeah.
it can't get more exciting than this moment right now.
I got D-Line Co. in the building.
That's right. We're rolling. We're living. You know what I mean? It's just going. Every day.
Every day, baby. Come on. All right. Well, rounding out the vibes, we got Superstar Dad.
A matinee on a Saturday?
Little matinee.
Sign me up, man. Sign me up. I'm so ready for this game. It is exciting to be excited about Nuggets basketball again. Every single game.
The only person hotter than the Nuggets right now, Superstar Dev.
Whoa.
When the Nuggets are rolling, Dev locks in, man.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. When they're playing well, somehow I
It's the
do
best.
good. Who'd have thunk it?
It's so
To
true.
the other side of things.
I catch my app, because we make the bets and I don't even open it till the day of the next game. I open them, I'm like, oh, all right, we're doing all right. We're gonna talk about why Game 7 is the new Game 7 is the new Game 82. There's a couple runs on the line, a couple records on the line tonight you might not know about. We'll go over those, but first, our game notes.
So the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's been an up and down season for them. They're 23-21 overall, sitting in 8th place in the Western Conference. 6-4 in their last 10 games, though.
Pretty mid. They're a 6-4 team, to be honest.
They really are. They're coming off a win over the Mavs, 115-114. Real narrow win over the Mavs. Jaden McDaniels had a big game in that one, 27 points.
They almost lost that game too, man. They suck in the clutch.
Yeah.
You guys seen? They're bad. They can't score in the clutch. Knock on wood.
But it's been a real topsy-turvy season for them, and Dante DiVincenzo's their one big name out tonight, or today, I should say. It is a matinee, as Dev said. So he is out. Anthony Edwards was questionable illness, but I believe he is playing.
Yep, the starting lineup says he is in it.
He is in it, so not Serbian flu season quite yet.
Biological warfare from the Timberwolves? Are you gonna try to get the Nuggets sick?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know.
Hope he masks up.
Other than that, everybody else in for Minnesota and for the Nuggets. Everybody in. Nuggets are healthy except for the regular guys who are out. Deron Holmes and Vlatko Čančar, who should be nearing a return. I think early next month, I believe.
Is it possible Vlatko, we keep talking Boucher or, I've heard some of these guys. Is it possible Vlatko just takes DJ's minutes?
I don't know, man. Off an injury like that? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they wanted him to at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it would be great. I don't think you can count on it, though.
Yeah. I hope he gets an opportunity, though. But you are right. Coming off that injury, off of a previous injury, because not just the one injury. He was back for 2 months.
Yes.
And then he was out again, so probably not. Here's why tonight, though. You have more game notes?
This is the first of a season-long 5-game road trip for the Nuggets. So they're out of town for a bit here. So this will be a big test starting tonight.
It will be a big test. You want to start your road trip out on the right foot. But here's what's really the story to me about this game and why it matters. The Nuggets are 5 games up on the Timberwolves in the standings with 38 games to go after tonight, 37 after tonight. A win puts them 6 games up of the Timberwolves. You know what that means? A win tonight, the Timberwolves can't pass them. If Denver played 500, they would have to win at a greater rate than they have to this point, which they might do, even if they do that. But Denver's not going 500 down the stretch. So a win tonight to me makes what I would call an unofficial, insurmountable lead on the Timberwolves, which is nice. I mean, it's like we're at the point of the season where you could almost start eliminating teams from contention against you in the standings. But if you lose tonight, you're 4 games up. Now you're talking about still Denver should be favored, but 1 losing streak, and all of a sudden things are even. So, Dev, go up 6 on Minnesota tonight and put them in the back burner.
Yeah, I would love to put them in the back burner. You said that is like one of the bigger stories. I think it's still the playoffs, and it's still fresh in my mind. Even though they've already played each other one time, I think that this is something that is still on both teams' minds. Like, Minnesota wants to prove themselves that, like, hey, we earned that. We should have beat you. And then Denver is like, no way. So I'm still excited about that. And if you have a chance to social distance, this is the time to do that. This is the time to do that, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, right.
They should social distance.
I really appreciate the Timberwolves just eliminating themselves from the rivalry that they started last year. Like, I was like, man, we're going to be locked in with this team, and then they just immediately made themselves irrelevant. Just won right off the bat. Fantastic.
I wouldn't call them irrelevant.
Personally. I mean, they're not relevant, so I don't know what the opposite of that is.
I mean, here's what I would say. I don't buy them with Julius Randle. Do they have a trade up their sleeve at the deadline? Maybe. And I think to me that's the thing of I'm not going to put them fully away, but this is why
Jimmy Butler used to play in Minnesota. I don't know.
That would be hilarious. That would be so wild. But that's where, like, 4 games, I still think Denver would beat them, but they make a trade and get on a hot streak or something like that. It's within strike. 6 games, it's like, hey, man, I don't care how hot you get. You're not catching the Nuggets 6 games back. But here's the other storyline for tonight, for me at least. The Rockets' upcoming schedule, who's above them 2 games in the standing. Rockets' upcoming schedule, at Cleveland, at Boston, at Atlanta on the second night of a back-to-back, at Memphis. Memphis' upcoming schedule, Utah today, at the Garden, New York, Houston, Milwaukee. So they play each other. One of those teams has to lose one of those. And then they both play 3 other games that they're likely to lose at least 1, if not 2 of them. So I look at that and I go, Denver has a chance this week to ascend to the 2 seed, which would be a statement, create separation from the bottom half of the playoffs, and climb all the way to the 2 seed. So I just feel like tonight is the pivot point. If they lose tonight, I think it's going to be hard for them to be the 2 seed by the end of next week. If they win tonight, it almost would be hard for them not to be the 2 seed by the end of the week. So I feel like this game is the pivot point between can the Nuggets really start to feel good about themselves in the standings.
And the Nuggets also have a really easy schedule themselves.
Yeah.
You know, this next week, the next couple weeks, they almost have like an Eastern Conference schedule where they've got like the Blazers twice.
Yeah, well.
They've got some of the... Too soon?
They avoid Washington, though. Good news.
The Charlotte count? I don't know. But they've got some cupcakes on their schedule coming up. So, I mean, a lot of teams' schedules are hitting like a tough point. The Nuggets' schedule is lightening up some. And it just happens to coincide with them playing well.
Let's go.
You want to make hay while the sun shines, man. And like I said, Rockets and Grizzlies playing each other and then having a bit of a tough schedule. This is just... I think the Nuggets, if they win tonight, or today, I think the Nuggets will announce themselves next week. Because I just talked about how they got the big win against Sacramento. They got the big win against Sacramento, and nobody talked about it. None of the podcasts I hopped on, I was like, nobody's mentioning the Nuggets. I think this is the last week of flying under the radar, and next week it's like, the Nuggets?
No, it is.
Jokic?
I mean, we know how it works.
Jokic be MVP? He's having the greatest season any player's ever had.
Jokic? I know.
Have we been sleeping on it?
I know.
Wait, they have Westbrook?
I honestly saw a TikTok where somebody was watching the Nuggets trying to make fun of Jokic, and they didn't realize that the Nuggets had Westbrook. I was like,
no way.
I mean, it was an extreme casual. Whatever.
Yeah,
the point being is
that
like,
app when we have the chance.
yes, the Nuggets need to, because no one will watch them until they're forced to. They just have to put these wins together where it's just the streak speaks for them.
Yeah.
So I'm with it. But they're going to finish as the 2 seed, whether they do it next week or not.
It just feels like it's going to happen.
It just feels good when you're in it.
But
I
you know
agree.
what, man? Here's the thing. I don't think they can catch the 1 seed. That's probably not going to happen. But it would be great for Denver to be in position to be able to have a small rest, not a big one, but a small coasting into the end. Yep. And if you can be comfortably... I mean, again, they're not going to catch 1, but if you can be comfortably above 3, that would be nice for the Nuggets to be like, all right, AG's calf, take a week off. Let's all be ready for this.
And Michael Malone has shown in the past that he is not anywhere above gerrymandering. He will absolutely manipulate the standings at the end to be more favorable to them, and he'll certainly rest people if needed. So, yeah, you want to, that's the whole point. You want to play a good regular season so you can set yourself up for success in the postseason.
It's all coming into clarity for me right now. I have a take for you guys I'm curious about. Game 82 was obviously a huge moment in Nuggets history. 2018, they missed the playoffs because they lose the Game 82. And that galvanized them to go on an extended run. I wonder if Game 7 can be a little bit of that. Because as you mentioned, you're like, oh, we forgot about them. I don't think the Nuggets have. I think the Nuggets, that still sticks in their side a little bit.
Oh, it does, but they're not the same team. That's the best part.
Well, sure. But what I'm saying is, I almost wonder if we can look back. Like, you never know these things until you get to see it play out. But I do wonder if you look back on that, and that was a moment where Denver was like, never again. Never again. We're better than that team. We dropped it. We were up 20. All this. Like, we need to refocus and be serious in a way that we were not throughout the portion of that. And games like tonight are part of that. They lost to them early on, 5th game of the year. They lost to them in a close game. The Nuggets weren't themselves yet. This would be a nice statement one to go out and be like, no. This is the thing that now motivates us. We are now back to championship form.
Yeah, when I think about those moments, it goes back to Jamal. Because I even think about him in like that Portland series with Rodney Hood and those guys where they were backing him down the entire time, and he said never again.
Right.
And then he ripped off like a couple of the craziest playoff runs that we've seen.
Yeah. This
was the same way. He did not play that well in this Minnesota series. I think that this is going to be still fresh on his mind of I have to respond. I have to get back. I have to, go at them. So I really do think that that's something that will be on their minds. And it starts with him, but also this Denver team. They feel like they should have won that series. They were tired, but that was a series that they should have won. They're still here. This is a time that they're playing well. I expect them to respond, and really go at them this game.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm like, they're like, never again. Except for the first part of the season. I mean, we'll set 30, 40 more times, but then after that, we're no more. We'll see what it looks like in the playoffs, but I do think that they feel. I'm sure that they feel. I'm sure that they have like a thing against Ant. They probably want to show. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like there was a lot of other storylines that really came from that series, other than Jokic getting, tied up in between the twin towers that no longer even exist. So I don't know. They just already feel like totally not the same team to me. Maybe that's just me.
But there's just something to like Denver beat Minnesota the year before, then Minnesota beat them the next year.
Sure.
And there's something to like they got better, we got worse.
Yeah.
And this year, it's the opposite. And it'd be nice to send that message. So you almost want to stick that in Minnesota's mind of like, wait, we beat this team in a 7-game series. Now they're the 2 seed and we're down here in the 7 seed. Like you want to put that in there on their plate.
I think you definitely do. But another thing that I've thought about just coming from, that Game 7 is like, have the Nuggets learned from that game and that series as an organization?
Yeah, I wonder.
Because what was one of the big reasons why we all felt like they lost that game in that series? Because they were worn down.
Yeah.
Because they were tired. They choked the 20-point lead in Game 7 at home because they just didn't have anything left. The first part of the season, I feel like the Nuggets did not learn from that at all.
Yeah.
They were still playing, Nikola Jokic 38 minutes a night. Jamal Murray, he's still kind of playing a ton of minutes. They were riding their starters. But I don't know, maybe it feels like there's been a little shift. Aaron Gordon coming to the bench, being able to keep the starters' minutes down a tad. Maybe they're slightly learning from it now, or maybe there's a shift happening right now. So that's the bigger question for me. Like, did they learn from the reasons why they lost that series? And like that might determine if like they would beat Minnesota again in another playoff matchup.
But again, this is where getting that 2 seed and climbing in the standings maybe allows for a little, because I think if Denver can just rest down the stretch, it's like a completely different thing.
Oh, like they did on the way to the championship.
They had to sprint through the finish line last year and tripped on the way sprinting, and that's why they ended up the 2 seed. But I even look at it, the Jamal piece aside, because you're right, this new rotation, as much as we love it, the one consequence is that Jamal Murray has to play like 38 minutes a night, which I don't love. But the other side of it is Jokic has only played in the fourth quarter one of the last 5 games.
Yep.
I think Jokic's rested right now.
Yeah.
With some of the games he's missed and how they've been chopped up throughout the course of the year, Jokic was sprinting out the gate, but I don't know that he's necessarily sprinting right now. I feel like he's like
busting through the door. He's like, he's not, he's just like powerfully running through any obstacle that is presented to him. He's definitely not sprinting. And he's taking time off. Like, he's not playing fourth quarters. It was weird to see him in the fourth quarter last game. It was like, what the hell's happening?
He's like, I'm just going to go Will.
Dude, the Nuggets are just smashing teams right now. A lot of it is, I believe, the schedule, but it's also the schedule coinciding with everybody returning. There's just, everything is working in their favor. This is probably the biggest test they've had during this stretch, I would think. Like, I can't really, I guess the Kings should have been, but they had the second night of a back-to-back working against them. This game
and
feels
it was
like
at home. This is on the road.
This game feels a little bit like where we get to test out our proof of concept a little bit. Like, are the Nuggets as dominant as we think that they are?
To your point about dominance, the Nuggets last game won by 9. It kind of annoys me. But it was really a 25-point game.
Of course it was.
But that game aside, so 9 is the least amount they have won in their last, I think, 10 games. 35, 13, 20, 19, 11, 19, 11, 19, 11, 13. That's how much they've won by. They do have one loss in there when Jokic plays. The Spurs loss that they lost by 3. But other than that, when they win, they've been winning big. And so that's another thing that's just different about the Nuggets
because of
right
the
now.
bench.
Yep.
The bench being good just changes everything about this team, man. Like, the bench being good, the starters are going to win their minutes. Like, that's just a given. So
Yeah.
the bench being good, it kind of just guarantees a win every time.
I kind of like it, man. And
Yes.
Minnesota is a team that if you get ahead of them, if you can build a lead, they just don't have a ton. I mean, any team in the NBA has a chance to go on a run, so if they do it tonight, don't yell at me. But they're not a team that is like, it's easy for them to be like, all right, we're down 10, 15 and we're down 10 with 5 minutes to go, turn it up. They have a hard time scoring. They can get stops, but they have a hard time scoring. So we'll see what happens there tonight. By the way, Rob Dillingham will be an interesting matchup. He's been playing since Dante's out. He's kind of saucy, man. He's kind of fun, but he's so little.
He's super
tiny.
saucy.
Speaking of tiny, how do you expect Denver to match up with them? Because they have Julius Randle. They have.
Ooh,
Aaron
could this
Gordon.
be an AG start game? Do we have the starting lineup?
I doubt he's starting.
That-
Well,
I mean, that would
MPJ
be
on
weird.
Julius Randle is wild. Like that's
It clashes in a lot of ways. Like, maybe this is like.
It's the same starters.
Yeah, so
AG
how,
off the bench.
How do we expect that? Because that is weird. It's
You're
going to be
right.
Michael Porter Jr. and Julius Randle. Randle's just way more physical for him, but also Michael Porter Jr. could pull him away from the basket, and he has to defend in those same type of ways. I like both players.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that
it's a
benefits
tough
them.
matchup. I really wonder if you just want to let Randall beat you. If you're the Nuggets.
Yeah, maybe. And space them out, man. Like, that's the thing about this new look Nuggets is they really space the floor well. And so now Randall's got to be running off on the three-point line. We'll see how that matchup goes. And if AG goes in early. If Randall gets going,
Maybe,
does Malone say, like, all right, we got to get
Maybe.
a bruiser in there. There's some records on the line tonight, boys.
Is there?
Jokic,
What?
you didn't know this. This was brought to my attention by Jake Coyne, a.k.a. StatSquatch. Jokic, personally, the Nuggets have a 9-game win streak under their belt, but Jokic missed one of those games. He only has 8-game win streaks personally under his belt. He has 8 straight right now. The game they lost, he wasn't in. So this will be the first time Jokic has won 9 straight with the Denver Nuggets in the regular season. Is that something?
No.
That's something.
I think it's something too.
He loves winning. He truly loves winning, and this will
It's
be
a
the
lifestyle.
best one for him. They won a championship, and I know he's like in love with that feeling. But like this was a season that started off so rocky, and he's been the loudest when it comes to like we're not where we want to be. This maybe like makes him feel like maybe this is the squad. That maybe this is where we want to be. We're looking more like it. We've got to see Jokic talk about himself in a positive light. Does not do that, in the same ways of how he's playing his best basketball. You put 10 wins in a row on that, and it could keep growing. I think that changes his mindset. So yeah, I think it's big.
I don't think he knows that, though.
I don't think he does.
That's what I mean. But I think it's big in that it shows that the Nuggets are.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's not
I
big
mean-
for Jokic.
Well, but we're saying this as a record. Is it big that Jokic personally can claim a 9-game win streak, which he would never do in any universe? But like it.
What I'm
it's
really
just gotta-
saying is we're throwing out that loss against the Rockets when AG and Jokic didn't play.
Well, I know, but we can't. That's the problem. He's a team. It's a team game. He's a team player. He would never think about it as a team, his own personal streak. But he likes that they're playing well. He likes that he's playing well. He like.
I'll get side quests.
Jokic
Yeah,
just
side
is like it's just working well for him.
Hold on, you
man.
don't think that he like internally feels like they're winning more than they
Yeah,
typically
for
do
sure.
right
But
now?
but I don't think that he's like putting a line in the sand.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
yes,
I
this is
think
another
he
record.
definitely doesn't know about this. Like he does, but he probably does feel just like every time I play,
He's
we're
like,
winning.
when was the last time we lost?
Yeah, and they're like last week. He's like, I wasn't there. I don't remember that.
I bet he knows.
You think?
I bet somebody's told him like, hey, like
Interesting.
you have a chance to have the most wins you've had.
Yeah.
Like in a row.
It is kind of crazy. He's
think
never
follow
done that,
Sasquatch?
though.
Yeah.
How have the Nuggets never won 9 games in a row with Jokic?
This is the thing about the Nuggets. They
That's
never go on
wild.
streaks, and it drives me nuts. And
That's so wild.
there's something, too. Why have they never gone on streak? Bad teams go on streaks sometimes. The
Yeah.
Kings were on a streak. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how did the Nuggets never have
so
them?
wild.
But here's another one that I think is more real. Yoke's got 5 straight triple-doubles. He's never had 6.
Man.
He got 5 for the first time earlier this year. Now he has 5 again. Tonight would be 6. And to me, it is something meaningful.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Plus, they're all before the beginning of the fourth quarter.
Except for one. Except for the last one. Oh, wait, no, the last one was.
No, he got it. Yeah, he got
he
it.
almost got in the first quarter.
That's
Like,
right.
what?
He didn't have like 9, 7,
what?
and 7 or something.
This is unbelievable, man. Just like how easy he's making the game look right now. 6 triple doubles in a row before the end of the third quarter would
I'll
be
just take him at any point. for sure.
ridiculous. But yeah, end of the third quarter would be even better.
Are we
It's
sure
so
the last one
ridiculous.
came before the fourth quarter? Are we sure?
Yes, it did.
It definitely
For
did.
sure.
Yeah.
We're just shocked. Your mind is like he played in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He got the triple double already.
You're right. He
I
had
think-
7,
Yeah,
22,
they
and
didn't put
17.
him in
You're right.
for the triple double.
He didn't get 12 rebounds in the fourth or 7 assists in the fourth.
Yeah.
You're right. That would have been
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, this is meaningful. This is meaningful. This
is huge.
This is huge. This one, and this is one that like will catch national. Like this is where the TNT guys start talking about it. This type of stuff matters.
A Nuggets win streak coinciding with a Jokic triple-double streak.
Bro.
Like, if we could keep both things going as long as
So then we
can.
can hear things like, and the Nuggets are starting to pick it up a little bit out there.
And it's all because of Russell Westbrook.
Meanwhile, they're playing the most dominant basketball they ever have. And it's just like, get a little frisky.
Frisky. That is such a good word.
Don't look
That is-
now.
Frisky
The
is one of the-
Denver Nuggets.
Frisky is totally one of those condescending
Oh,
words.
totally.
That's a
Like,
compliment.
they're really good, got cute little plays they're running out there.
That's what you say of like Memphis right now, who's been really good this
Well,
year.
frisky.
Like, they're frisky.
They are a little frisky. Yeah.
They're a little frisky.
Yeah, they are.
Pre-game picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Must be 21 and older and physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev, you've been on a heater. So Kale was going through the logs. You do more than 3 picks, but you send 3 picks to Kale. He was going through. It's been like 8-9 games. You've been hitting either 2 or 3 of those picks.
I'm a winner, man. I don't really know what to say here. Actually, I can't remember the name right now. It's also Serbian, so I wouldn't be able to say it. But he's been like tracking them himself,
Yeah.
and we do well.
We do well?
Yeah, we do
All
well.
right. I love
And
it.
today, we're gonna do well again. Let's get rolling. The Nuggets come into this game as 3.5-point favorites. Take Denver.
Really?
Take
You're riding a
Denver.
high?
Yes.
We're favored on
Dude,
the
they're
road.
frisky.
Bro,
They're frisky
real
right now.
quick, when I put the schedule out and said how many games will Denver be underdogs in, a lot of people said tonight, nope, they're favored in it. Not that they're win, but just that they're favored tonight on the road.
Idiots.
Yeah, you want to know why they're favored? Because they're a lot better than them.
Yeah.
This is going to be another game that they get to prove it. I'm going to go with the over. I'm also going to go over 229 in points. I think they're going to put baskets up, both teams. Harrison just said something that I know is going to play into his part. Julius Randle, they're going to let him just score. They're going to let him do whatever he wants. I'll take it. I'll take the over at 18.5 points. Also, like Julius Randle, rebounds and assists at 12.5. I just think that he's going to have a good game, and we're going to be like, where has this been? But I mean that plays into Denver's part of winning the game. So I think this is a Julius Randle type of game. If I had to do a 3-pointers bet, it would be Edwards for them. I think it's like 3.5.
Yeah, everybody rushed to take that.
Yeah. On the Nuggets side,
Wake up, we're in Nuggets now.
we typically start with Michael Porter Jr. 3-pointers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
those last
Jamal
time.
Murray.
Yeah.
Over 1.5 3-pointers.
Don't
That's
love
so
the
few.
juice.
I also think Michael Porter Jr. is going to hit his 3-pointers. So we'll go with him with 2.5 as well.
Can I
think that
parlay those two together?
They'll have Julius Randle. They'll have Julius Randle guarding him. That is bad spacing for them. They're going to try to stack the paint at times, and it's just not going to play into their part. So I like both of them to hit the 3-pointers.
I put it together, got
My
good odds.
first leg on this, I think we're out here looking for revenge. Jamal Murray over points, 18.5.
This one's
I
interesting.
really like that. I think
like
he's
it
gonna.
too.
I think he's gonna have a hot start to the game,
I do
which
too.
makes him really, get over the edge there because he plays a lot of minutes. Even if they're up, he's playing a lot. I like Jamal Murray in this one. I like him a lot.
I'd
like
take a Jamal night.
I'm shocked that it's not a lock, but they have another player on their team that's a lot better than him, and that's what I'll go with. Michael Porter Jr. scares me in the slot of just three-pointers, but I like him with the rebounding. He's been rebounding the ball really well lately, especially with the putbacks. 5.5 is way too low for him. I'm going to take the over. He's been getting this lately as well. Westbrook, I'm going to go with points plus assist. I think that he's just going to push the pace. They don't really have a guy that can stop. They have those defenders that slow him down, but he's not a guy that you key in on. I think that leads to some extra points for him. And then also we know that he likes to get the ball to Jokic. That's an assist each time. 17.5 is too low. Christian Brown has been playing well as of late, and he's been doing a little bit of everything. I'm excited for him because he plays against Minnesota pretty well, and he has. I like this at points plus rebounds at 15.5. This is my second leg. Christian Brown. Also like for him to score over 12.5 points. I think this easily happens.
Was he got 20 and 3 straight?
20 and 3 straight, and the line is 12.5.
Wow.
Get your money. Go get your money. Steals plus blocks, our defensive bet is going to be Jokic. It continues to hit. He's getting it in steals, and he just throws in a block just to get one. Rudy Gobert will try to go at him on just a couple of layups. I think he gets a couple of easy steals, strips, and a block too. So I'm going to go over 2.5 3-pointers. I like Jokic to get a triple-double. This has been hitting.
There's a bonus on this I saw.
Yeah, I took it.
Did you? It's a super boost plus 275 if you take Nuggets money line and triple-double. They boosted it up.
We're doing those.
We're doing it?
We're doing those.
It's a $15 max bet, just FYI.
Good. You want me to triple my bet?
Well, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah. So, I think he hits this. The crazy part about this stat, because, you talk about it and it gives you good odds. If you take this alone, odds are not great. Him to get a triple-double, minus 115.
That's insane.
Him to not get a triple-double, minus 115.
What?
Wow.
He's more likely to not get it than to get it. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This doesn't happen. They just know he's going to get one. But for my lock, it's pretty much a triple-double, but I like the insurance that you could get over 22.5 rebounds plus assists. He could get 20 rebounds. He could get 16 assists.
Yeah.
He could you just might as
It's
well
one
get
or
the
the other,
insurance on those. A triple-double is already at 20. Say that he gets 2 more rebounds, 3 more rebounds. That already puts you over the edge. I just like the insurance purposes. I think all of them hit, so I'm going to go with it. Jokic, go get us some money.
I like it, man. Do you want to chime in?
I have a parlay, but it's just built off Dev's picks.
It's just all Dev's picks
Yeah,
together.
it's
Just
yeah.
riding Dev's coattails.
Basically.
Aren't we all?
Who am I,
Man, Nuggets are fun again, boys. I can't wait. This is going to be a big one. Big test, and I'm really, really hopeful the Nuggets show up for us tonight and give us something good. We got some super chats?
DJ Seahawk, no Harrison, you're wrong. Don't leave us again. All the Nuggets are good. Cedric, exquisite. Yoke 40-11-10. Brody 12-10-10. Don't jinx Eric and Dev.
Yeah, I like it. Man,
Let's go.
tonight would be fun for a triple duo.
Oh,
I'd
dude.
take it.
Dude, a triple
Little Brody
duo?
and Brate, I'll take it, man. If we get it. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching the pregame show. We're going to go watch the game at the bar. Hit that like button for us on the way out. See you at the other side.
We all silly like the mayor.